Hi writers, my name is Vent and this is my latest vacation in Palermo. With graffiti of course, with food obviously, but first of all, let's take that plane. So after this perfect landing, I have to say, we arrived in Palermo, actually in its airport, which is 40 minutes away from the actual city. And since there was the train option or the bus option to get the city, well, as a writer, I had definitely no choice. And I have to say that the graffiti welcome in Palermo was actually pretty nice. Welcome to Palermo, baby. And this is the view from the terrace of the B&B we booked. This is insane, isn't it? Whatever, we stayed in Palermo 7 days more or less. And I painted just one day, because this wasn't a graffiti vacation, basically. I know that all of you writers are expecting the graffiti part, but first let me do a fast recap of the no graffiti activities, which basically was just one: eating food like there was no fucking tomorrow. First of all, pane with panelle, then of course typical cannolo, pasta alla norma, pasta al nero di seppia, more panelle, this time with croquet, another cannolo and more panelle with croquet. Enough food, it's time to paint stuff. So today is gonna be the graffiti day. Good morning, Palermo. But first I have to reach my local friend, otherwise I don't know where to go. Thanks a lot, Google Maps, the best friend of the writer. Well, not bad as meeting point. And after this clip, my little odyssey in Palermo begins. First of all, I met my friend and together we took a bus to reach the graffiti shop and also the wall, since fortunately they are close to each other. But before going to the graffiti shop, we took a little break to have a coffee. And there is nothing weird in it, of course. Only that we were in a school, the one that used to be the school of my friend. This was totally insane. But at the end the coffee was really good, the school was tagged everywhere, so nice experience. Anyway, finally I was able to get some cans to this shop, Cavallaro Art. It seems to be the only graffiti shop in this city. Well, I paid 4.20 fucking euro per fucking can. I mean, not nice, Palermo. Not nice. Whatever. Finally, we are at the designated wall. So basically this is the wall. It's a pretty long and nice wall, except for the cars parked in front of it, but it's nice, and as you can see there are quality pieces over here. Let me show you something. Wait. What the hell is happening? You are probably wondering this right now. Well, as a pro YouTuber, I left my action cam at home. I mean, in the room, here in Palermo, fortunately. The problem is that the wall is quite far away from it, so I don't know what to do, basically. Of course, I prayed my girlfriend to help that dumb Vent. And to make everything easier, we decided to change location, choosing a wall a little bit closer to my room. And on our way to the new wall, there were many cool pieces, like these ones from Yes and Says from New York City, Style Masters, dear writers. Or even this one from Must. He is one of my favorite writers. Finally, we arrived to the new wall, but sadly it was too busy and completely taken by really high quality graffiti pieces. There are pieces from Aker or other local cool writers and also many guests. So sadly this was completely useless since there was no place for us. Anyway, we decided to go back to the first location. The only positive thing in this little journey is that I've seen plenty of good quality graffiti, because on our way to go back to the first location, we even walked by another different wall with several graffiti kings on its surface. after this refill of self-confidence, we arrived finally to the first location. And by the way, I want to thanks a lot Sophie, my girlfriend, my lifesaver. She always supports me and she did it especially in this case. So it's finally time for this fast at the end graffiti piece. Let's sketch it. Okay, so sketch done. I had to adapt it to the wall. Whatever, time for the fill-in. I bought 2 nappies for the fill-in. I decided to go for a fast one-color fill-in for 2 reasons. First, because I don't want to do any mistake, and second, because I want to do this piece fast, because, you know, this is not a graffiti vacation. So this is the perfect day for a fat cap business. In this case, a golden fat cap from Montana Cans. The golden one was clogged, so classic orange astrofet fill-in. Since my girlfriend needed a reward for being my lifesaver, I let her fill most of the piece. And also because in this way I have a good title, but don't tell it to her.
I heard you!
What a cynic vent I am. Did you finish it? And what do we do now?
We take another one!
Guardalo come ripassa le cose che ho colorato io perché non gli piace. Molto carino, molto simpatico. Maro porno!
Vuoi colorarlo tu quello?
Sì!
Don't finish the spray can, please. Vabbè dai, è piena!
Non mi devi dare queste responsabilità!
Ma che fai, il mio cosplay? So, as you can see, the filling is done over here.
Thank you, thank you.
And basically now it's time for the background and also to sketch the 3D because yes, Vent on Vacation does the 3D. It's incredible. So I will do the background with Beast and the Punk Pink or Pink Punk, and then, or I guess before, I will do a cut of background in black with a trash can. Let's do it! I'm a bit pissed right now because I'm giving the coat of background with the black, but I brought with me some caps from Naples, and the only cap that I didn't bring is the directional one, or the calligraphy cap, whatever. So I'm doing it with the skinny, and I really hope that it will be okay to don't waste paint and to finish the coat of background. Fuck. So the situation, as you can see, is this one. I've done the background, I've done the coat of paint with the black, but as I expected, the black is not enough, also because of the cap problem. So we have to wait for the shop to open, that fortunately is nearby the wall. But since I don't want to waste time, I will do my outline and 3D as fast as I can. Actually, first I added the beast within the background to make the piece pop even more. And then I started the outlines. That line caused me several problems. It's obvious that a straight line is hard to do, but I didn't expect it so much, basically. Well, after the straight line problem, I thought that the rest of the process would have been easy, but that was just the beginning of my Palermitan mental breakdown. I don't know if you have ever had the feeling that I was going through in that moment. I mean, suddenly I was not able at all of making a clean outline. It is one of the most frustrating feelings I have ever had, to be honest. Fortunately, after I did and erased several lines, suddenly my brain knew again how to paint. I don't know, so weird, guys. After this clip, I shut down the action cam. This because the piece was starting to get better again, but personally I was still a little bit confused, you know. So basically I took a break and then I added some highlights and overlines. Oh, and I have to do another enormous shout out to my girlfriend because she went to buy the black for me. You are the best. Anyway, this is how my piece in Palermo, my complicated piece in Palermo, after a mental breakdown and more issues, looks like. But as always, let's analyze it. Even if the vent from the past was on vacation, the vent from the present, aka me, is not. So let's analyze it. Well, this piece is not different than the usual things that I'm bringing on this channel recently. The V is the biggest letter of the piece, with its structure that sustains all the other letters E, N and T. In this case I like the V so much because it's pretty solid, and I have to say that the 3D helps a lot in terms of solidness of the piece, let's say, pro English. Leaving out that I like E and N as well. The E is a little bit bigger, I mean at least in its upper part, otherwise in my opinion the N is more or less perfect. The only letter that I don't like is the T. This vertical fin is a little bit too big, but this is not the main problem. The biggest mistake of this piece is the lower part of the T, because this kind of loop, let's call it like this, doesn't make any sense. And this because the down part of this loop is hidden by this bar. But on the sketch that I had on paper, it wasn't like that. The line was clearly visible, because like you are seeing it right now, it doesn't make any sense without it. But I have to say, leaving out that, about the letters, I don't have anything so much important to say. About the colors, same. I mean, it's that easy that was basically impossible to make mistakes. Well, about the background, I like the colors, as I said, but I don't like at all the shape. You know, it's the classic stain that you do when you don't know how to make the background and you have to be quick. And I don't like that, because it's pretty visible that it wasn't something planned. Another thing that wasn't planned is the faded 3D. But in this case I have to say that I'm pretty satisfied about the result. I mean, it's super rough, but it works. And that's the most important thing. The only big regret that I have is the background, because we did it with cans, so it was expensive first of all, and then it's not cool. It looks like a big doodle, but we didn't have any bucket paint, so that's it. It's a vacation piece, let's say. So guys, that's it for today. Now I will show to you all the graffiti pieces that I've seen in Palermo, graffiti bombings. So leave a like, for me it's so important, I put so much effort in the editing of this video. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me what do you think about my piece, and see you next time!